Just a quick reminder, if you haven't done so already, to prepare your foot soak pan with salt and have some rinse water handy. And then also tonight we're going to do another treatment using an ice pack. So if you can have some time to prepare an ice pack, that would be nice. Okay, greetings and welcome to day 45 of Sahaja Yoga online meditation program. Our programs are always free, and my name is Mark. I'm going to be hosting this evening's program. I'm joining you from Washington State, near the Canadian border. And the program tonight will last about an hour. We're going to have a couple of guided meditation sessions. And also we've prepared a very special music video for you to hope you enjoy. And just as a quick review, on Sunday we talked about the left side and lethargy and how we can treat out of balance left side with candling. Tonight we're going to talk about the right side and dynamism and how we can treat an out of balance right side with ice and cooling. Okay, so if this is your first time joining us, just follow along as best you can. If you have some questions at the end, we're going to have some breakout rooms, whether you're new or experienced. You can get your questions answered with one of our experienced Sahaja Yoga practitioners. And then here in the main room, we're going to have some sharing of experiences with tonight's presenters on the topic of the right side. Okay, so let's go ahead and meet tonight's presenters. Okay, first we have Alan. Alan, maybe you could tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sure. My name is Alan Richards, and very glad to be here to meet everybody. I've been practicing the Sahaja Yogas for a long time, since the late 1970s, so most of my life, and obviously it's helped me a lot in all kinds of areas, in my work and in my relationships, in my health, all kinds of ways. And one of the really nice things about Sahaja Yoga is that through this whole career over many decades, when you plan an event like this tonight with the other presenters, you get to meet up again with old friends that you've known in different places and different times.
Okay, thanks, Alan. And Ruchi, maybe you could go ahead and introduce yourself.
Thank you all for joining. My name is Ruchi Bhatnagar. I live in Atlanta, a suburb of Atlanta. And I have been practicing Sahaja Yoga meditation for the past 26 years. And like Alan said, it's been a transformative experience. And there's just so many insights and perspectives that you gain over a period of time, and you recognize the value of Sahaja Yoga in your everyday life. And we're looking forward to sharing some of that with you all today.
Great, thanks for that introduction, Ruchi. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and turn it over to you, Ruchi. You can go ahead and start with the guided meditation and the foot soak.
All right. So, so today we are going to be focusing mostly on the right channel, and the right channel within us balances the left side, which is what you all did on Sunday. So there is the left side of desire, but to balance that, we have a right side of action. The left side is the channel of the moon. So it is the naturally cold aspect within our subtle system. The right side, to balance that off, is the sun channel, and it gives us the heat and the energy to get things done. So they are basically both important, but they should be present in equal amounts. But sometimes we tend to overuse one side. So especially if you focus on the right side is where we get all the energy and all the heat to do all our mental work, our thinking, planning, meeting deadlines, and also our physical work. So, running about, doing your chores, your responsibilities, whatever it is. But the right channel, if it is overused, can cause excessive heat on the right side. It's already naturally hot, it's the sun channel. But overthinking and planning and worrying about the future, or just too much running around, can also give us too much heat on the right side. And that can suck the energy away from us. It can make us exhausted. It can give us insomnia or even difficulty focusing on one thing at a given time. So all of these problems can arise from the right side because of the overactivity. So today's meditation is basically focused on getting rid of that unnecessary stress, the unnecessary and excessive heat on the right channel, so that we can still be dynamic, because that's where dynamism is coming from, but not burn ourselves out. So without further ado, we will start the meditation. So I will have all of us raise our Kundalini first. Then we will start the foot soak part, and then we'll focus on various aspects of the right channel as we do the foot soak. So let's slowly raise our Kundalini. So we raise the Kundalini 3 times while bringing the left hand up and rotating the right hand around it and tying a knot. So that is our expression of desire. So the second time around, tie 2 knots so that all our channels are integrated within, and we are also integrated with the all-pervading power. And now we put an aura of protection called Bandhan around us, and we'll do it slowly 7 times for the 7 chakras. So after you're done taking the bandhan, we can use our right hand like this, rotate the right hand in a clockwise direction to awaken the water element, because we are beginning the foot soak today. Awaken the water element through the vibrations emitting from your right hand. You can even make a prayer that this water element be enlightened so that it can remove all our negativities, all our problems, and make us pure and cleansed. Now we can place our feet in the water. To begin with, just check the flow of energy on both your palms. Now to get started, let's balance the left channel first. So have your left hand in front of the screen or mother's picture, and have the right hand facing the earth element. And in your heart, make a prayer. Mother, please remove all obstacles from my left channel. All emotional imbalances, all distractions and memories from the past. Let all of this be removed into the earth element. For every prayer that we make, try to feel the impact on your vibrations, on your palm that's open. Again, let's make a prayer. Mother, please purify my left channel and please strengthen the desire within me to become deeper in my meditation. Now we'll focus on the right channel. So bring the right hand in your lap or have it open, and we'll bring the left hand with palm facing upwards. So now we'll make a prayer for the entire right channel, and then we'll focus on the various chakras on the right channel. So let's make a prayer. Mother, please remove all excessive heat, all mental and physical overactivity from my right channel. Please remove all my imbalance and let it all be removed into the water element and the ether element. Again, feel the impact of these prayers on your right palm. See if your vibrations are becoming more pronounced or more cool. So now we will put our attention by bringing our left hand to the various chakras on the right channel. So the right channel begins from the right Swadhisthana. So this is the chakra that is at the base of the abdomen on the right side. So bring your left hand to the bottom part of the abdomen on the right side. And keep your right hand open the entire time. So at this chakra, we will pray to remove all our excessive thoughts. Mother, let all the cooling elements in the nature, the water element, the ether element, the moon, or the snow-capped mountains, let all of these cooling elements remove the heat from my right Swadhisthana. Let all my mental overactivity and worries about the future be removed. So this chakra provides nourishment to the brain cells. And if this chakra is exhausted by overthinking, then it cannot perform the function that it is supposed to perform. So here, let's again ask, Mother, Please remove all my thoughts, all my worries about the future. I do not control the future. I do not control the outcome of my actions. A great affirmation for all the chakras on the right channel is I surrender to divine will. Because that is a recognition that helps us understand that our limited brain can only do so much. Mother, I surrender to divine will. I surrender my thoughts. I surrender my future to divine will. Bring the left hand to the liver, which is the upper part of the abdomen. And here, we will pray for a pure attention. Mother, please purify my attention. Let my attention be only on things that give me enlightenment. Please remove all wobbliness in my attention. And give me a strong attention, a stable attention. When the Kundalini rises and it touches your various chakras, it enlightens the chakras. And therefore, our attention is also enlightened. So let's all ask for an enlightened attention. Mother, please give me an enlightened attention. Now let's bring the left hand to the right aspect of the heart. This is the chakra that helps us accomplish or fulfill all our responsibilities. And the responsibilities sometimes can give us too much stress and also cause unnecessary thoughts and heat. So at this chakra, let's pray. Mother, please help us perform our responsibilities towards others and towards ourselves in a balanced way. Please remove all my stress, around my work. Please give me detachment and recognize that I'm just an instrument and the divine does everything for me. We can now bring to the point where the neck and shoulder meet on the right side. And this is the chakra of communication. And you can massage it a bit so that all the stress from the shoulder and the neck is removed. And here we will pray for collectivity. Meaning our connection with the all-pervading power and our connection with others that are enlightened. And this is how the limited becomes the infinite. Mother, please make me a collective being. Please make me a pleasant person and remove all my harshness and aggression in my communication. Please remove all heat and anger from my communication. And now we'll cleanse the right agya. So the right sympathetic crosses over, and the right agya is actually on the left side of the forehead. It's just like in the central nervous system diagram. So we'll cleanse the right agya with our right hand and rotate it in a clockwise direction. And this is where our ego is manifested. And that is our biggest obstacle in silence or in our ascent. At this chakra, let's ask for humility. Mother, please give me complete humility. Mother, please give me complete recognition that the divine does everything. I am merely an instrument. I'm not this name. I'm not the positions that are associated with me. And I'm not the doer. I'm not doing this work. The divine is giving me the opportunities and the capability to do it. Mother, it's the divine grace, and I'm grateful for it. Please remove all my ego, all notions that I do something. I surrender. I surrender. I surrender. Now, once again, let's see how our right channel is doing. We'll have the right hand open. And now feel the vibrations on the right hand. Hold the left hand up. Are you feeling cooler or stronger energy on your right palm? Have your thoughts reduced? Once again, we can make the affirmation. I'm not the doer. I'm not the doer. The divine does everything for me. I'm just an instrument. I surrender to divine will. Now let's have both our hands at the same level, and we'll meditate on the central channel briefly to feel the Kundalini rising and come in a state of balance. Mother, please bring me in the present moment. Please give me complete detachment from the past as well as the future. With your right hand, slowly lift the Kundalini along the central channel and bring it to the top of your head. And let's do it 3 times. All right. At this point, we can rinse our feet and set the foot soak tub aside, and you can dispose it off later. Let's sit in silence for a few moments, and then we'll listen to a talk by Mother, by Shri Mataji, on the importance of staying in the present.
Spirit is never upset, never excited, never hurries, and never is what you call that go-go business. Like now, we have to go to the airport. You find everybody was like an aeroplane, round, 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 round. What has happened? Oh, we have to go. We have to go, all right, so what? The whole thing is, all these excitements and all these things come to us because we are outside. But if you are one with your spirit, you are absolutely calm. Absolutely calm. All right, we have to go, all right, we'll reach there. Doesn't matter. The other day we had to go for some shopping. I was trying to buy some saris for Indian ladies. We got lost. I never bothered them at all. They were going round and round and round and round. And then Danny realized, he said, I think perhaps we had to leave vibrations in all these places. I said, correct. And for about 2 hours, I think, we were roaming about. Anybody else would be saying, what's this? You can't find the place. What's the matter with you? Calm. We reached the shop at the right time, got everything at the right time, did everything, came back at right time. Everything was first class, nothing went wrong. But anybody in my place, I tell you, that time would have been, oh God, this, that. Why are you saving time? For what are you saving time? So we miss the present. And that's one thing Spirit never misses. It's always in the present. That's the reality. Now, in the West, people are very futuristic, extremely futuristic. And their futuristicness sometimes takes them to points, say, for example, if they have to go by train. So instead of arriving at the right station, they'll go to the station which is further on. And then again they'll arrive at the further on. The train will never reach them. Sort of temperament they have. So one should not plan at all anything like that that fixes you. But at this moment, if I have to be told that we have to go at this time, it's all right, finished now. At this moment I've told it's recorded, finished. All right? So it's gone into the memory. There's nothing to worry about it now present moment. What are we doing? In a very calm way, witness it. Witness yourself. Now, witness yourself. Where is my mind going? Now somebody who has to cook must be thinking, oh, I have to get this, I have to get that. Once you start saying that I have to do it, you'll never be able to do it that way. But you said, all right, just now I'm in meditation. Every moment I'm in meditation. Everything will walk up to you, even matter. And you'll do the right things at the right place. You'll meet right people at the right place. The other day, we were just walking, strolling around. Whom do we find there? Caroline. She just walked out. There I met her, she said, Christine is just next door. I said, let's go. And you should have seen the joy on her face when she came down, she saw me. Beautiful experience for me and her. She was so happy. Then we went together. So when you are so much tied down with your watch, that means you are not tied down with your spirit. So a Sahaja Yogi, if he sees watch, then he is not a Sahaja Yogi. But the other side could be that the Sahaja Yogis are never in time where they have to be. Very common in England. I reach always first to open the door. And to clean it also sometimes. Now, to take for granted things, as you say, take for granted. That's not the way Sahaja Yoga is. You have to be alert, absolutely alert. If you are alert, immediately I have to go now this time. I have to do it. I have to get this thing out. If you have to miss something, you are supposed to miss it. That's what it is. So there's a beautiful thing written down, like they say, Jaise rakhahu, taise hi rahu. The way you keep me the way I am will be happy. So satisfaction towards yourself, your spirit is important. Because ego will plan out. Oh, we go there, we must get mother, say daisies. We decide, must get daisies. You don't find daisies, you are disappointed. Why not? These are all my flowers. Whether they're daisies or not, they look so nice. Whatever you get it. That's the thing wanted. You know that the divine is working out everything for you. When you are supposed to get something else, better have it. Even by mistake, if I lay my hand upon something like a book or something, immediately I'll open it out and see why this book has come in my attention. Why this fellow has come in my attention. Why this is happening. And immediately I find that there's some connection, something has to be done, something has to be said, something has to be worked out. So for a person who is imbibed with the culture of spirit, the Sahaja culture, impresses others by his calmness and relaxed attitude. Relaxation never means lethargy by any chance. It doesn't mean lethargy. Lethargy is against relaxation. A person who is relaxed cannot become lethargic. Relaxed means a person who is alert and calm. These two things for human beings is an impossibility. Because if they are alert, then they are not calm. If they are unhappy, sad, then they think they are very, very calm. So this is one of the things one has to remember, that you have to witness yourself all the time. Not to condemn yourself, but witness. Now I said the word witness means detached. Now what happens with this? When you start condemning yourself, you miss every good point. For example, you have some experience of a sudden height being achieved, right? At that point, you should catch hold of it. Hold on to it. Keep to it, but don't forget that you may go back. No. And then wait for another higher moment to come. Hold on to it. That's how you climb Himalayas. But not that, oh ma, now it's all right, but what will happen next? Then you are gone down. Because you have to face yourself in a way knowing what are your powers. You are a spirit now. You are no more an ordinary human being. So you have no business to condemn yourself or to degrade yourself or in any way to feel unhappy. No way. Past is past. What happened a moment before is finished. Now I am going to rise. Now I am going to rise. So a person who has a Sahaja culture is not only spontaneous but is inspired. Is an inspired personality. A person who is of that kind, an inspired visionary, then other people get impressed by such a person that, see, there's a man who is inspired, who talks in an inspired way, in a way that is something very different from others. Something new, he says. New that is nourishing. Such a personality, like the other day, you see, we heard the lectures of so many people. And when the New Zealand Prime Minister was coming, CP said, now let's go back because we'll have a little tea or something. I said, no, you listen to this man. He's a realized soul. He said, really? I said, yes, you listen to him. First, everybody was thinking, New Zealand, such a little bit of a country. What is he going to speak? You see, they were moving about. Within 2 minutes, he captured everybody's attention. You see, he's bubbling with her. So beautifully, and he spoke all the points so much different, and so much new, and so much better. CP was amazed. He said, how do you know? I said, I know, because when I was in New Zealand, I told them he's a realized soul. And our Prime Minister is also a realized soul. You'll be surprised after our Prime Minister finished his lecture and all that, after 2-3 lectures he was to go. Then he turned round and went to this Australian Prime Minister, only him, went and congratulated and said something very close to him. And the fellow again, as he flew up into joy. We saw all that. And then he came away. Why? Because one realized soul understands another realized soul. And everybody was amazed. Why did he turn to this man alone and went and congratulated him? So, such a large country like India, represented by our Prime Minister, goes down all the way to a little country like New Zealand, which is nothing compared to India, and congratulates. And that's a developed country, this is a developing country. It's something people did not understand. And the whole joyous atmosphere, both of them shaking hands created. This is Sahaj culture, in which you recognize a realized soul.
Let's maintain the meditative state just for 1 or 2 minutes more. We can all close our eyes, keep our hands resting on our lap with the palms upwards, and just go inside, continue the meditation for 1 or 2 minutes. And then I'll come on and introduce the music program. Okay, we can slowly open our eyes. And the music program that we've got lined up this evening is an initiative that was started in Europe and spread all over the world. It started at the end of last year, beginning of this year, and is a song to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Shri Mataji's birth. It's called We Are One, and it's an example of how if we use the right side in the right way, we can do quite dynamic things and create something positive with unity and oneness. And so this song was recorded in many countries, at least 30 to 40 countries, and was then all stitched together into one video. And now we can listen to it.
We are one, we are all mother's children. We are one, we are all mother's children. We can make the world a better place, so let's start giving. We can make the world a better place, so let's start giving. We love you, mother. We love each other. That's the mantra for today and ever. We can light the world, we can spread the joy if we start loving. Let the spirit sing this song of love, 'cause we are all forgiving. This is the song for the nations. This is the song for love. It is to make us united into a single heart. This is the song for the nations. This is the song for love. It is to make us united into a single heart. The real souls of heaven sing for you tonight. देवी देवताए झूमे नाचे मनाए जन्म शताब्दी पे माँ को मिलके मनाए स्वर्ग धरती पाताल में माँ की जय जयकार 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 जय जय माँ की जय जयकार जय जय माँ की जय जयकार जय जय माँ की जय जयकार This is the song for the nations. This is the song for love. It is to make us united into a single heart. This is the song for the nations. This is the song for love. It is to make us united into a single heart. This is the song for the nations. This is the song for love. It is to make us united into a single heart. This is the song for the nations. This is the song for love. It is to make us united to carry on the vision of
That was so beautiful to see all those countries and just reinforcing that we're all one human beings, we're all one family. It was beautiful. So we've reached the second guided meditation this evening. And if you remember from the beginning, we're going to use ice pack, if you've got it, for this portion. So ice pack can take different forms. The simplest probably is just a Ziploc bag with some ice cubes in it. Or you can get some different kinds of freezer blocks or different ways of doing it. I've got one that I've been wearing all through this evening. It's just it's a freezer thing with a strap on it, which is very helpful. And you just put that on your liver. So that's right on the right-hand side of your abdomen, just under the ribs. And it's amazing how this can be helpful. And just cooling that down and moving your hands in the right way can make a huge difference. So if you can place it there, if you've got a scarf, you can tie it around yourself and hold it on that way. It's best not to have it ice touching your skin because it might be too much, but just above some clothes, if you can do that. And then we'll begin the meditation. We have plenty of time, so we're not going to rush this. So let's just settle down in meditation with both our hands on our lap. And we'll start with clearing out the right side. So the right hand remains on the lap with the fingers pointed out towards Shri Mataji's photograph. The left hand is pointed up towards the sky. And we're just clearing out all the heat from our right side. The energy is flowing through us. We're receiving with our right hand, and it's flowing out through our left hand towards the sky. So then we can bring our left hand down, just like we did in the previous meditation. Bring the left hand down to the right hip. The left hand covers the right hip. The right hand remains on the lap, palm upwards. And this is the Swadhisthana chakra, the right Swadhisthana chakra. And this is the center for our creativity. If we are somehow over creative, it can affect this chakra. Just keep our attention on that place. So then we'll move our left hand up to the liver. So it's over the Nabi chakra, the stomach center. So we've probably got our left hand over the ice pack at this point. This is the liver. And we just pray that we could have a clear attention. In some ways, this is the hardest thing, to clear our mind from the constant tumbling and churning of thoughts. Just feeling the peace inside. And slowly move our left hand up to the right side of the chest, the right heart. This is where our sense of responsibility comes in. And this is where we have to just witness, as we heard in the talk. We don't do anything. The divine does everything. So this center is also to do with our father aspect, whether relationship with our father or if we are a father. It also affects the lungs. So if there's a problem here, it can relate to asthma. So maybe we'll take a couple of 2 or 3 deep breaths. Hold it for a minute and then release. In, hold, and release. Last one. Deep breath, hold, and release. Then move the left hand up to the shoulder, right shoulder, just in the bend of the shoulder and the neck. Grip that tightly. This is where sweet communication comes in. This is the quality of sweetness in the way we speak and talk to people. So let's just pray inside ourselves to take away any aggressiveness or sarcasm. Please may I have a sweet tongue. Please may I make the people I speak to feel happy. And bring both hands down onto the lap. Then bring the right hand up to the left side of the head, the left side of the head or slightly towards the front. the left Agya center. This is where we have to just accept that we don't do anything. In all humility, we're really not the doer. I forgive everybody. I forgive everyone. I forgive myself. Then we'll take the right hand up, right on top of the head, just an inch or two above the very top of the head, where the babies have the soft spot, just right over that. See if we feel anything in our right hand or in either hand. Then bring both hands down on the lap. And once more, left hand up towards the sky, right hand pointed out. Then bringing both hands back down, we're going to raise our Kundalini and give Bandhan. So very slowly, let's raise our Kundalinis. Following our hands with our attention. Tilt back the head in 2 knots. Three knots. Then we'll give Bandhan. 7 times total. And that concludes this guided meditation.
Okay, thank you, Ruchi and Alan, for those wonderful guided meditations. I'm sure many of us have benefited from these right side treatments and will continue to do so. So thanks so much. So this concludes the formal portion of our program tonight. I just wanted to make a couple of announcements. And after the announcements, we will have breakout rooms for those that you would like to join those. And also in this room, Ruchi and Alan are going to share some of their experiences about tonight's topic. Okay, so we can go ahead and begin with the announcements. So this is session 3 of the 21 days. It's on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays for the next 7 weeks. Then in between, on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, you can join for a collective foot soak. They're typically about 30-minute guided meditations with a foot soak. This Thursday, we're going to talk about mantras. We're going to do an introduction to mantras and their power. They're in Sanskrit, and I think you're going to find it's going to add another dimension to your meditation. So we do have program resources in the chat window, there is a link to our website, and you can request a mentor. We have a WhatsApp group. You can listen to recorded sessions, and yeah, at that website address right there. Okay, so if you want to go into a breakout room, just type in chat breakout room help, and then you can get set up with a person that you can do one-on-one or a group, do some meditations, ask questions. Also, Linda's going to be monitoring the chat window tonight, so if you have a question, you can type it into the chat. And if you'd like to stick around in this room, again, Alan and Ruchi are going to be sharing some of their experiences about the right side. Okay, and if you did request a breakout room, it might take some time for you to be assigned. So be patient, and you'll be able to get assigned into a breakout room. So, okay, Alan and Ruchi, so we're going to talk about some of your experiences tonight with the right side. I'm sure many of us at one time or another have had some challenges there, and so maybe we could start out talking about, how about developing dynamism? What does that mean? How do we become dynamic without our egos getting up too high? So maybe Rishi, you could start out and maybe relay an experience that you've had in your life where you had one of those dynamic moments without your ego getting out of whack.
Well, I can start off by sharing some experiences from so I am a professor. It is a very high stress job because you're expected to teach and publish and get grants and a whole lot of other administrative stuff. So there is a lot going on, and it can throw you out of whack in no time. And but being a Sahaja Yogi, I mean, having practiced this meditation and knowing the importance of silence and balance, knowing the harm that excessive heat can cause to your right side, has given me a fresh perspective on how I should approach my job. So I have kind of, Shri Mataji has said in one of the talks, people that are silent within are the most dynamic. So as my own master, because that's the goal of this meditation, I tend to monitor, am I going out of balance? So holding myself accountable, knowing that whatever I'm doing is actually the divine doing it. So I'm not stressed out about it. So, the talk and the talk also mentioned that whatever you're doing, it's coming your way because of divine grace. So whether you're a good singer or you're a musician, or if you have any kind of a talent, that talent is also by divine grace. So recognizing that all the opportunities come your way because the divine has given you that opportunity. Recognizing that the talent that you may have and whatever you may have accomplished is also a blessing of the divine. So that kind of helps you get rid of any ego, because then you recognize, yes, without divine grace, that would not have been possible. So I have approached my position in my university very differently from all the other colleagues that I have who are so burnt out, and I can see how much damage they're causing to their health. So it's really important to step back and analyze, what is it that I want to do as an enlightened person? And from my experience, I'll tell you, you will not be left behind. It's not like you're slacking off or not doing what needs to be done. It still will happen, but it'll happen without the associated stress. So that's all I wanted to share.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for those tips. So Alan, how about you? Have you had some experiences about being dynamic without the ego, too much ego, or have some tips for us you'd like to share?
Well, in my career or journey in Sahaja Yoga, it started in England, and people may not know, but each of the chakras within us is associated with a different country, and England is associated with the heart. And England's big problem was lethargy. It was sort of a heart problem that they just were not at all dynamic. And so Shri Mataji gave many talks about the importance of dynamism and overcoming lethargy when she was in England. And then when I moved to the States 30 years ago or so, I found that problem really didn't exist as much here, that people really didn't have that kind of lethargic nature. And it's interesting how different countries can have certain characteristics, and then just different people have different predispositions to be more of a active type person or a passive type person. You may not know it, but when you feel your hands, you'll feel the difference whether your right hand or your left hand is warmer. It'll give you guidance on that.
Okay, thanks, Alan. There's a lot of different forces at work there, aren't there?
Yes.
So, okay, Ruchi, how about you? Have you ever experienced like your own ego trying to express itself and take you out of balance? And if so, how were you able to recover from that?
Are you asking me or Alan?
Yes. Maybe
Okay.
I cut out.
Well, it's like I said earlier, when you recognize that it's not your doing, whatever you have is not something that you developed within yourself. It was given to you by the divine. And when you recognize that divine hand has a role to play in everything that you do in life, then that automatically kind of comes, that kind of counters your ego. But ego has a very sneaky way of crawling up on you. It will crawl up. It is probably the biggest obstacle that we have in our own ascent, is to conquer our own ego. So yes, so it's all introspection as part of becoming your own guru. And instead of pointing blame outside, because that's the easiest thing you can do. Whenever something goes wrong, we kind of try to think, okay, so who gets the blame for whatever has gone wrong? But we never look inside. So just checking yourself, introspecting and seeing, is my ego playing up? Is it giving me ideas? And how do I kind of rein that in and recognize that I'm not the doer? And repeatedly kind of absorbing that message. So it's not just saying that I'm not this ego and I surrender. It's also actually doing it and meaning it and incorporating it in every aspect of your life.
Great. Thank you for those insights, Ruchi. And Alan, how about you? How does how have you experienced the ego trying to express itself?
Well, I have a little story that's very relevant to this presentation, because tonight we have a really excellent team behind the scenes who are making everything work seamlessly and beautifully, but it's not always like that. Sometimes you're alone with Zoom and it all goes wrong and things are not showing up the way they should, and your heart is going and you don't know what to do. And that's when you give up, when you just surrender and say, I just don't know what to do next. I'm going to have to just wing this. That's when the vibrations are strongest. If it had gone all the way that I had planned it out and wanted to be responsible for, it might not have been nearly so good. When you have those experiences again and again and again, it leads you to just trust that everything is being taken care of.
Great. Thanks, Alan. Okay, Ruchi, we'll go back to you. And so what are some of the qualities of a clear right channel? How do you feel when your right channel is clear?
So the first thing is that your attention is not wobbly, that when you meditate, you are instantly able to go into silence. And that's why foot soak every night is so important, and also icing, is that it removes the distractions and the heat from the right side, and it helps you meditate more effectively because now thoughts have settled down, and you're able to go into silence more easily. So that's one of the first advantages of a clear right channel.
Great, thanks. And Alan, what are some ways that work best for you to clear your right channel? Has there been some other techniques or things that you've done that help you clear out your right channel?
I think these basic techniques that we've covered this evening are really the sort of fundamental ones. The regular foot soaking, clearing the right channel with the right hand out and left hand towards the sky. Those are the most effective. Liver problems and thinking are really prevalent. And when I started Sahaja Yoga, I was really the king of bad livers. I really suffered from that problem. And it's just that regular practice with these basic techniques that helps it.
Great. Great. Thanks, Alan. So maybe I think that's all the questions we have for now, but maybe Alan, in closing, you could just lead us through a brief guided meditation to conclude the program tonight.
Sure. Okay. So everybody just close your eyes, keep your hands resting comfortably on your lap, and then place your right hand on your heart. Just say, pray inside yourself, please keep me connected to the spirit. That's really what I am. That's where I want to be. That's where the joy is. And then again, let's check above our heads to see if we feel a flow of energy or a cool breeze above the top of the head with the right hand first, and then the left. And both hands back on the lap, see if they're balanced. And then let's give ourselves a bandhan one more time.
Great. Well, thank you, Alan, and thanks, Ruchi, for your presentations tonight. And so this pretty much concludes our program. We want to thank everyone for coming. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we have. It's always, I know me personally, is some of the best meditations I have all week participating in these programs. So thank you again for coming. And we're going to conclude with some music if you'd like to continue meditating. Also, I'm sure there's still some breakout room opportunities if you'd like to join a breakout room. And thank you for coming. And we are going to have a program on Thursday with learning some of the Sanskrit mantras. So again, thank you all and have a good evening. And Ruby, I see you raised your hand, so maybe you could put your question in the chat. I think we have some music to meditate with here shortly.